Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In this video, I will share with you the rules of converting indirect speech to direct speech with the help of examples, as well as I will also take up an exercise of mixed sentences, and I will help you practice the changing of the narration from direct to indirect and indirect to direct speech. So firstly, we will start with this, where we have to change the indirect to direct speech. So the following rules would be followed. First of all, the reporting verb would be used, such as say or said to. That is used in the direct form, direct speech. That would be say or said to. Secondly, we are going to put a comma before the statement, and the first letter of the statement should be in capital letter, like this, comma, and then the first letter of the statement should be in the capital letter, of the reported speech should be in the capital letter. We have to insert either that is the, if this is interrogative, then question mark, if this is exclamatory, then exclamation mark, in affirmative cases the question mark, and remove the conjunction like that to if or whether, and where necessary, and where the reporting verb is in the past tense. In indirect, we have to change that back into the present tense in the direct speech. If the reporting verb is in the past, change the past perfect tense either into the present perfect tense or simple past tense as necessary. So what are we going to do? Whenever we find any indirect speech sentence, we are going to see, like she asked her whether she was coming to the party. Its look is going to tell us that this is indirect formation, so we are going to change it into the reported speech and the reporting speech. Like she asked her is the reporting speech, whether is a conjunction, I'm going to underline it, conjunction, and she was coming to the party is reported speech. So we are going to change this asked into said to. This would be she said to her. Whether would be replaced by comma, and whether is going to tell us that this is interrogative sentence. Therefore whether conjunction is used, and the sentence is that of kind of interrogative which starts with an auxiliary or helping verb. She was coming to the party, was, that would change back into the present because a reporting verb is in the past, तो ये हमारा present में change होके are हो जाएगा. She is the third person, and the third person over here, that goes according to the object as well as that's going according to the subject. So here the more appropriate is the one which goes according to the object is the second person. So we are going to change this she, the third person, into the second person. We are going to place are first because this is interrogative. Are you coming to the party? I would give you more examples, so in order to make the ideas clear. For example, if the sentence is I told her that she was in the good books of her teachers. If we get such a sentence, what we are going to do? Firstly, I'm going to change this, like this part, that is the conjunction, and that's the reported speech part. Firstly, I would change I told her into I said to her. That suggests that this is the affirmative sentence. She was in the good books of teachers, inverted comma start. So firstly, I see that this she, I'm going to see that it goes according to the subject or object. So here this is going according to the object. I'm going to place you here. You was in the was. Would that get changed back into the present? For that I'm going to see कि हमारा जो reporting verb है वो किस में है, वो past में है, तो इसलिए ये वापस जाके present में change होगा. You are in the good books of your teachers. Because her, that also goes according to the object her, so that would change into your. And if you wanted to see if you did that right or not, so you may change that back into the indirect in order to see if you change the narration right or not. In the second example, he said that he had received the books the previous day. या the day before आप कह सकते हो, दोनों ठीक है. So he said that suggests that this is again a affirmative sentence. He said, inverted comma start, he had received. He is going according to the subject, therefore I am going to write it into the first person, I. Now had received, हमारे पास दो ऑप्शन है. This is the past perfect that would change into the change into the present perfect or into the past indefinite. So I have to make the decision appropriately. For that I'm going to look for the clues. So the clues given here, the day before, that means that this is the past indefinite. I received the books yesterday, because we used to have the times is most of the time that's given in the past indefinite, and the times most of the time like a week ago, yesterday, etc. If that would have been, he said that he had already received the books, in that case we would be going for the present perfect. In that case that would be, he said that he has already received the books. So we have to go and look for the clues if we are finding ourselves in some confusion like this. Then change that back into the indirect in order to see if you did that right. Now we would take up some exercise. Change the narration, where we are being given mixed sentences. Ruhi said that she might go there. So this is indirect. Ruhi said, comma, she would go according to Ruhi subject, so that would be I. For example, Ruhi said, I may go there. Why I may go there? Because our reporting verb is in the past. Therefore, I would simply I would change this might into may. Sorry, this would be I may come here. I may go in the indirect form this would be go, and in direct form this would be come, and there in indirect form that would be here. I may come here. Ali said to me that he would do the work. Ali said to me, comma, I will do the work. My mother told me that I was wrong. My mother said to me, you are wrong. Roma exclaimed sadly that his pet had died. Okay, let's do this. Roma, because that seemed to me an exclamatory sentence. So this would be Roma said, inverted commas, start, alas, exclamation mark. Okay, Roma here seemed to be her, I guess. This would be her pet had died. And her would go according to Roma, the subject. So this would be, this would get changed into my pet had died could change into died, past indefinite, or into present perfect. They both are appropriate here because we are not given any clue. So this would be my pet has died. Alas, my pet has died. If we change that back into the indirect, so we see Roma said, Roma exclaimed sadly that her pet had died. So we did that right. Baki asked him if he heard him. This is interrogative, and Baki said, and then inverted commas start, if he heard him. So if suggests that this is the interrogative which start with some auxiliary. If he heard him, heard suggests that this is the past indefinite. So past indefinite would change back into the present indefinite because the reporting verb is in the past. If he, so that would remain he, or as well as that would go according to the Baki. So that would change into he again. So do or that would change into you, because this is the third person. The third person could be changed back into the second person because the second person goes according to the third person or the first person. So here you is more appropriate. Do you hear me? Him would go according to the subject, so that would change into me. So if we change that back into the indirect, so we would get the same answer. Baki asked, but Baki said to Steve. Yes. Bucky said to Steve, do you hear me? We have been given the object here. So definitely if this goes according to the object, it means that would change into the second person, because second person goes according to the object. So here we would place you, because you is the most appropriate pronoun here. Do you hear me? So if we, sorry, I have not placed question mark here. The boy asked to let him come in. So this is imperative, and imperative, the boy, we will apply rules imperatives of imperative sentences. The boy said. To is working as a conjunction, which suggests that this is a imperative sentence, and this would start with let me come in, because the formation of the imperative sentences is that they always start with some verb. Most of the time they start with some verb, and that suggests that this is the imperative sentence. So this would be, the boy said let me come in. Next is direct speech. This is easy. I say to her, do you agree with me? I say to her, this is reporting verb is in the present tense. So we would simply write I tell her. I ask her, do you agree? Because this is interrogative sentence, therefore we would write ask. I ask her if she agreed with me. This is present indefinite, which would change into past indefinite, and you, second person, would go according to the object, so that would change into she. If she agreed with me. And next I see if there is anything which my mother said I don't have an umbrella. This is easy. My brother said that he did not have an umbrella. Do you know the boy? And okay, let's move over here and see. She said I must finish the work on time. She said that she had to finish the work on time. Sarah said I ought to avoid junk food. Sarah said. So ought to does not change. If you remember, I told you that the modal verb ought to does not change. That would remain the same. Sarah said that she ought to avoid junk food. So have a look at these sentences. You may practice these sentences for better understanding. And we may see that this is a mix of sentences, like there are exclamatory, imperatives, interrogatives, and there are both direct and indirect sentences there. And you would take up the practice, and I hope you got the lesson. Thank you.